Hello everyone, my name is Heather Autumn and welcome to my channel. So I'm a YouTuber with a passion for procrastination, and my dishes are piling up. And then on top of that, spring in New England kind of goes like this. It gets your hopes up with like beautiful 60-degree luscious days, followed by barely 32-degree days with wind. And so that is where we are. My house is a wreck. I'm kind of a wreck, and I don't know what I'm filming today. But I do have a plan, and that is to not only maybe put a dent in cleaning, which I don't think you're gonna see because my God, but I am thinking of going and starting up my tower garden, as well as replanting some plants. And then of course, there's always a recipe I wanna try for dinner. So that is the plan. I think I was inspired a little bit by the Orchid Festival. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it here or here, and I'm definitely gonna put it in the description below. But maybe that's it. I'm just kind of in this like definitely needing flowers. Maybe I should pick up some flowers. But anyway, I'm gonna go and start the day, and I'm happy to have you come along with it. All right, so for dinner tonight, I plan to go and cook something out of this gourmet cookbook. It's huge, by the way, and I believe it's on Amazon. I was able to find it at a used bookstore for like 30 bucks, so that was a huge win. And I think what I'm gonna make out of there is a linguine with a white clam sauce. Now, I've kind of made a cheaper version of this before out of a Betty Crocker book, and that used canned clams, which I love, but I also kind of like the extra ingredients from here. I'm gonna try to invent this recipe on the fly. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna combine the canned clams to cut down on cost, but I'm also going to go and add in some of the extras from this gourmet cookbook. So we'll see how this goes. This could be one of those weird episodes that just never airs, which you'd be surprised how many of those I have. So real quick, let's head to the store. So I'm back home and I got some new flowers. It's still quite a bit of time before dinner, so I want to show you guys what I'm doing for my grow tower. So as some of you know, I have a hydroponics garden and I use it every year. I try to give it a break during the winter, but recently I got one of these, which is a seed starter, and these are 2 LED lights, and this just kind of acts as a greenhouse to get some of my seeds going. And while I could just plant them directly into the grow tower, it's usually recommended to start them as seedlings, see how they go in a small environment before transferring them to a larger one. So I'm gonna be filling up this little mini greenhouse today, and I recently splurged and got these. Now these are heirloom seeds. There's a whole bunch of different ones in here. I don't know if you can see that. And what an heirloom seed is that like if you got tomatoes from the store and you saved the seeds from those tomatoes and you planted them, there's a very high likelihood that you would not get tomatoes. There's lots of reasons for that I'm not gonna get into, but these are heirloom seeds, meaning that the vegetables that I get from this, I can actually take the seeds out of them and prep them and then use them again next year. So that's the value. They're a little more expensive, but that's the payoff, is that I can keep going with a whole bunch of seeds from the produce I grow. So I'm gonna go and pick out some things for here and get this little greenhouse started so that I can one day start moving them over to my grow tower. Okay, so now that I have all of my seeds sorted, I ended up putting a little H at the bottom of these just to let myself know that these ones are heirlooms, so that when I harvest them, I can go and make sure I get those seeds. And then some of them aren't, and I don't think that'll be a problem, but we'll see, I guess. So I'm gonna go and start putting these guys into the rock wool that I have, which is this kind of like a soil substitute, and we'll go from there. so I have the seeds going and I have the flowers in their vase. And so now I'm gonna go and take care of some of the cleaning around the house, and I'm not gonna record that because that's just miserable, but I'll pop right back on for dinner. Okay, so yesterday I got really ambitious with cleaning the house, and then I got really tired, and so I stopped filming, and today is a new day. It's a Monday, which means that I had to work, and now I'm home from work and it's raining, and so the lighting is definitely gonna be bad by the end of this. All right, so I'm gonna be basically taking two different recipes and marrying them together. Basically from one, which is the Betty Crocker cookbook. It's just a very simplified version. It doesn't have white wine, it doesn't have a lot of nice things that I want to have in this recipe, but it does use canned clams, which is going to cut the cost down a lot. So I'm going to take the canned clams and I'm going to add them to this gourmet cookbook recipe that has a lot of the extras. So with that, let's get started while we still have sunlight. The first thing you want to do is get a big pot like this one, fill it with water, and put salt in it and bring that to a boil. So next up in your pan, you're going to melt a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter. I prefer unsalted for this because you can always adjust the flavoring later. And to that, you're going to add in your sliced pancetta. Now you can get these in cubes, but I chose to go and slice these. I just feel like with the linguine, when you spin it around your fork, you can get some of that pancetta a lot easier than if it were in a cube. Now, once that's cooked to a nice golden brown, you're going to add in your garlic, and you're gonna watch that and stir it and make sure it doesn't burn, because burnt garlic is not something you can really save. Now from there, I'm gonna add in my clams. I'm gonna drain them first, and I'm gonna add them to the pan, and then I'm gonna add in my clam juice. Now maybe that's a little counterintuitive, but for me personally, I've always found that the juice in the cans can be a little bit gritty, maybe with some residual sand or something, and by adding the clam juice separately, I can kind of cut down on that. Now from there, you're going to add in your white wine. Be sure to pour yourself a glass since you're the chef. And you're gonna add in your chili flakes. From there, you're going to increase the heat to a rolling boil, and you're going to put a lid on that and let it cook for around 4 to 5 minutes. You just really want to give that time for the clams to absorb all of that wine and the juice and everything that you've put into this meal. Meanwhile, while that's going, you're going to put a box of linguine into your boiling water and let that cook until al dente. So once your pasta is cooked and drained, you're going to add your sauce into that, and you're going to toss that with a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese and a 1/4 cup of freshly cut parsley. And with that, you can make a little side salad, but it is ready to eat, and so I'm ready to taste it. Dinner is served. Look at that. I added a lemon slice just because I feel like it's seafood, why not? I also have this little side salad just with some dressing on it, and of course some of the wine that I cooked with. This is the main attraction, so let's give it a try. Okay, so here we go. Have a little bit of everything, including a nice piece of clam on there. So here goes. So this is kind of a loose sauce. It's not like a real thick kind that's gonna cling to your noodles, but I do think it's really good. It has that flavor of garlic. You can kind of taste the wine, but it's not super strong. And of course the pancetta with the clams, they just play really nice together. And again, if you're looking for like a cheap but kind of fancy pasta dish, then this is really good, I think. The ingredients weren't too expensive. Of course, you can always omit the wine. That's not gonna hurt anything. And of course, you can always up it by adding real clams and shells and things like that. But I think this is a pretty good middle of the road kind of meal. And I think it looks pretty elegant for a Monday night girl dinner. So I hope you like this. And of course, if you want to try it yourself, please check the description below because I'm going to have it all written out and put on my blog. One of the ways I unwind after work is I put on some music, and just listening to the rain and cooking, it does something for me that just recharges me. So I feel so much better. So this is a travel and food channel. This is a food episode and kind of a slice of life, day in the life kind of thing. And if you like this kind of stuff, please be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It helps my channel and it lets you know when I have a new video out, which is Hydroponics every Sunday at around 3 o'clock EST. Thanks again for watching. I'm gonna have my dinner and I hope you have a great rest of your week if we don't talk sooner. All right, bye.